This is Explaining Reality.
Hey, I'm Nora, and today we're going to talk about some reunions and just general pop culture updates.
Hey, I'm Colin, and boy, am I excited to talk about these reunions. That's the big reality thing. So, what are
Yes,
we starting with then?
there was a couple reunions that have aired. Summer House is airing their reunion right now, and it is a 3-part one. And we did a whole episode about Summer House. Do you remember that
I
whole saga?
remember doing the Summer House episode. I don't really remember anything about it though.
Okay,
It's
so
probably somebody's cheating on somebody
yes,
and somebody's upset about something and yeah.
yeah. So Amanda Batula, who she's the center of the cheating scandal. She's married to Kyle Cook and having an affair with this other guy, Wes Wilson, who was dating her best
Her
friend,
friend, right,
Sierra
okay.
Miller.
Yep.
So it's this whole love triangle. And they were all living in this house together and doing things together. And she started having this affair. And it was kind of wild because Kyle, if she had never had the affair, Kyle would have come to this reunion and he would have been the villain
Hmm.
because he has his moments. Like he would get in that house. First of all, you would think these people are 21 years old. Kyle's like in his 40s and they're like at the summer house getting blackout, wasted, partying till like 4 o'clock in the morning. Multiple times he said to his wife, "Fuck you, bitch," and stuff like that. That's how he talks to his wife. Um, and then his good friend Wes would be consoling her and saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry that he's talking to you that way and standing up for her." So that was like a turn on for her. But his friend Wes was dating her best friend Sierra.
Right.
So when the Summer House show like wrapped, it even showed like West and Sierra like making out at the end. Like they were still like kind of getting hot and heavy again. And it was like, where is this leading? And then all of a sudden, Amanda and Kyle put out a statement. They're separating. And then Amanda puts out a statement and she's like, I caught feelings. Like it wasn't my intent. It was a complete accident, but I caught feelings. So they show up to the reunion hosted by none other than Andy Cohen
Of course.
and ready to, ooh, it was good. But before the reunion aired, Bravo was like in panic mode because one of the people working on the set leaked audio he recorded it on his phone
Mm.
and leaked it. And he was leaking it in like we were getting glimpses of the reunion long before it aired, like stuff that we were not supposed to hear.
Hmm.
And Amanda's just getting like ripped apart. And there were some rumors that maybe they didn't want Amanda to be too much in the hot seat because she has a new show coming out called In the City that
For
Bravo's put money into.
fuck's goddamn sake.
And
Jesus Christ.
they cast her for the show
Ugh.
before the scandal broke. So now
Wait,
Amanda,
what scandal?
that she is
Ju-
having an affair with like her best friend's
oh.
boyfriend and cheating on her husband. And yeah.
What's- that just makes the TV show more popular. That's not something they're afraid of.
Well, yeah, you would think to a certain degree, but Amanda, I mean, there's murderers, there's rapists, and then there's Amanda. Amanda's the most hated person in the world right now. Like
Are there
she's
murderers and
still
rapists in the summer house?
no, I'm just saying like that's the
Oh,
level of like of hate that people have for her. Like
they should consider that because I bet that would make the show better. But either
she
way,
she's so hated. And that's part of the problem that people are boycotting in the city. They don't want to see her on the screen. They want her like fired, gone. They hate her. And Amanda's not likable because she comes on this reunion and instead of being kind of like humble and what have I done? And I'm so sorry. I mean, within the first 5 minutes, she tells Sierra, fuck off. And like, she does not care. She's rolling her eyes at everything they say.
Right.
The guy she's having an affair with is this he's not attractive at all. It doesn't make any sense. He's a
Right.
party boy. He likes to party all night long. That was one of her biggest complaints with her husband, Kyle. She's like, I want to live in the suburbs and have children, have a quiet life. And Kyle parties all night long. And Wes is like a younger version of Kyle. Like he's partying all night long. He he like loves the fame. I mean, he's loving this attention and he's
Right.
like a clout chaser, big time. So,
That's all of them. But
well, they
th-
all
this
are,
this
but
rings bells now. I remember this. Yeah.
yeah, it's so clear that he's with Amanda because he's loving this attention. Even he's the type that even negative attention, like he loves it.
Yeah.
And um yeah, so both of them came out and what's funny is there was even a point that Sierra was like, Amanda's the perfect person to be with Wes because she's so weak and quiet and she'll just let him walk all over and it can be the West show and she won't do anything. That's exactly what he needs is some quiet, weak girl. And Amanda's like tearing up as she's saying this. Wes was nodding his head, agreeing with her. He's like, yeah, and with a
Huh.
smile. Like the camera zooms in on him and he's like smiling and nodding. And I'm like, wow, he's agreeing with what she's saying.
Great. Um. Yeah. So I mean, why is everybody like why? Well, I mean, it sounds like she wasn't in the best relationship in her marriage. So what's the big
No.
deal?
Um, well, no, she wasn't. And that's why I said if she didn't do this to Sierra,
But
I don't
also,
think
right? Yeah.
Kyle is not being treated really but people are getting a soft side for Kyle. People are starting to be like, oh
Fuck
my
you,
gosh.
bitch.
Yeah. There's it's
Uh,
starting where there's people warming up to him and he's
uh,
becoming more because she's so hated. I mean, Wes isn't getting as much heat. People are kind of like, well, that's expected from him. He's a playboy party guy. He cheats on girls left and right. Like, this is
this is
just
more
on brand
because
for
of
him.
Sierra because they were friends. Yeah.
Yes, this
Okay.
is the world being and Sierra's like America's sweetheart right now. And she does seem
Oh,
like a genuinely good person and kind person and um we saw all this happen on Vanderpump Rules. It was the same thing. Ariana Maddox became like America's sweetheart and she got all these brand deals and all because Tom Sandoval like cheated on her and I don't know, the girl he cheated with just dropped off the face of the earth. I don't know where she I think she changed her name. Her name was like Raquel on the show and now she's going by like Rachel and hidden in some little like town never to be seen again. Um but yeah, we had that whole scandal and Ariana just it's the best thing ever happened to her. She became so loved by
right.
America and got all these deals. Now that's happening with Sierra. In fact, Sierra and Ariana did a Sonic commercial together because the brands are loving it. They're like, let's put these two together. And the Bravo people everywhere is like, yeah, our two girls, like, we got your
Sonic,
back.
that fast food thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a Sonic commercial together, and it's the 2 of them, and you've probably seen it and just wouldn't even know that who they were.
I don't remember the last time I've seen a commercial.
Yeah, well, anyone who doesn't watch Bravo would just see it as a Sonic commercial, but there's underlining little tones of, like little, like, inside jokes of things that they're saying to each other that if you're in the Bravoverse, you totally get it. You're like, "Yes, those are our girls." Take down Amanda and Raquel. Yeah. But
So
Sierra's gonna be on
has
Dancing with the Stars. So her career is about to take off too. She's getting lots of brand deals, and this ultimately is going to be the best thing that ever happened to her.
uh well, is the show on, or the reunion, has that aired yet?
Yeah, part 1 and 2. There's one more that airs this week. That's part 3. But we've seen the first 2 parts, and Sierra just, she came to serve. She was in her reunion revenge look, which was like this. I think Andy compared her to Princess Leia. She was wearing this like little white, like bikini type top that was real like pretty. And then she just has this long, flat, beautiful stomach and this long skirt that she was wearing with it. And yeah, she looks stunning. And Amanda just looked like an old church lady. She had this like blouse all the way up around, wrapped around her neck, and her hair in this weird little like librarian bun. And yeah, and yeah, she just looked terrible.
uh but the leaked audio, the spoilers, so was there anything that was in that was not in the show? Like, was there stuff that they didn't actually want anyone to see or hear?
That's what we don't know because everybody was kind of afraid that Amanda was going to get some kind of reunion edit where they were going to give her, let Sierra say her piece. But I
Mhm.
think their plan, maybe people were thinking, was to kind of do a spin to make the audience love to hate her rather than just hate her and be boycotting watching her because they did not want people boycotting in the city that just started airing. And they can't go back and cut her out. She's a main person on that show, and they've already put all this money and work into it. So that was the theory. But when all this audio leaked, it was kind of like, oh, now we have to use it. And it really is just ripping Amanda apart by everyone on the couch. I mean, nobody had anything nice to say to her the whole time. She's just getting beat down. And she doesn't seem to care. And I think that's why it keeps getting worse. She doesn't take accountability. She goes, what has like no one ever done this before? Am I the first person to do something like this? And they're like, maybe in high school, like this is, and I'm like, well, these are also people in a beach house partying till 4 a.m. Like they're still in high school. Like
Right.
these are not adults. They're like adults trapped in like teenage bodies or something. Like I don't get it.
And they're all living at Summer House. So I mean, like,
Yeah,
what?
in the
Right.
Hamptons.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah. And now they have the spinoff in the city so that you get to see, oh, what their life is like during, when it's not summer, where they all live in New York City and then they summer in the Hamptons. I mean, they're just like rich kids. And rich kids, I keep saying kids. They're like in their late 30s, 40s. These are not kids. They're rich people behaving like children.
God. And they're just so popular, just for no reason at all, except they're on Bravo, and Bravo said,
Yeah.
this is what you watch now."
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
It's
bravo,
entertaining.
daddy. Yes,
Look.
yes, whatever you say, bravo, daddy.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Fucking
but
gross.
I did not finish out the season. I couldn't keep watching it because I couldn't. It was too ick when once you knew, as soon as it had aired and the season of Summer House had just started, and we all already knew like West and Amanda were together. And we're watching him and Sierra like together, and the cameraman doing these weird little angles of like, showing in the background Wes giving Amanda a hug, and everyone wondering, was this the moment the affair started? Like, when did it start? And Sierra read text messages from Amanda like live on the reunion, and Amanda was like, when the rumors first came out that her and Wes were together, they both shut it down. We're like, that's not true. And she has text to Sierra and she's like, girl, the internet's crazy. You know, I would never do that to you. We are just friends. Don't listen to that. And Sierra even responds and goes, are you sure? Because everyone is saying that this is true. Like, so you've never even held his hand. You've never had sex, nothing. And she's like, correct. I would never do that to you. And then like 2 weeks later, they're putting out a joint statement and they don't even mention Sierra or Kyle in their statement. They're just like, and so at the reunion, Andy goes, did you have a PR person write that statement for you? Because there wasn't even an apology to the two people. No, she didn't.
Andy fucking wrote it.
No.
Jesus Christ.
Guess who wrote it? She said.
Andy
Chat
Cohen.
GPT. She said Chat GPT wrote the statement for her.
Probably what tells Andy what to say. So that makes sense.
I'm like, really? Yeah. I mean, ChatGPT, don't get me wrong, is great. I use it for a lot of things. But if I'm putting out a statement like that, I'm going to at least, I don't even think she asked it for edit.
You're going to use ChatGPT.
She could have said, chat, make this more personal. Make it seem like I actually care about Sierra and Kyle. And it would have helped her with that. But she was just like, first draft. All right, post, done.
Yeah, that's the future of the world.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately. Remember that. Remember you said that.
Look, I do like it for some things, but yeah, it is taking away from, I mean, that's the sad world where you can like crush two people like this. She was married to Kyle for years. And her statement is written by a bot with like no acknowledgement of him or anyone. And he said that he didn't even have time to tell his family. Like the statement came out and his family's finding out like that. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, I can't imagine.
So when were those first 2 episodes? Is it just 3 weeks and then it's done?
It's 3
or is
weeks.
it spread out?
No, it's just over 3 weeks. And yeah, the leaked audio, Andy was upset about. Kyle did a statement about it. And I think it's because they were like, damn it, now we have to use all this where and the audio was all like her getting ripped apart.
And it's all part of the whole plot to keep you interested.
Yeah, well, the guy got fired that leaked the audio. But I'm sure he got a nice payday.
Did he get fired?
Wait, you think it was Andy?
No, I mean, I think it's all like, it's all, it's the whole, no publicity is bad publicity thing, right? And it's all, all this stuff is made up anyway, even though it's reality. It's all nonsense anyway. So anytime you like sneak in this extra stuff, it's like, oh, leaked audio from the reality show. It's like, oh, hey, it is real. All of this is real. This all makes sense. You should watch it. Hey, watch it.
It works.
yeah, right. It's all part of the plan. There's no leaked audio and people getting in trouble for it. I mean, how's that not going to happen anyway, right? So they're gonna, whatever comes out of it, that's not gonna like force their hand on what they have to do. It's what they want to do anyway. So yeah, gross.
Yeah. Well, there were other people aside from like Amanda and Kyle, believe it or not, and Sierra at the reunion. You would think it was just the three of them.
Right, yeah.
And West. You would think it was just the four of them sitting on the it's actually a whole cast of people, but other two
they're all pissed off because they're not getting their own TV shows.
Probably, and probably because this is dominating the whole season. Literally the whole reunion, they really didn't talk. They a little bit, they try to say, okay, well, let's talk about this that happened on the show. But it all went back to Amanda and Wes. Like that was the topic. And so nobody else, literally, it dominated the entire thing. But I will say like Lindsay and Carl, who are also two people, they were in the hot seat not too long ago because they're also on the show and they were dating on the show and they got engaged on the show. And then Carl called off the engagement and they had to show up to one of the reunions right after Carl called off the engagement. And the very next season, at the very start of the season, Lindsay shows up at the summer house, Carl's showing up at the summer house, and Lindsay's pregnant with somebody else's baby. And it was like, Carl just called off this engagement. Now Lindsay's pregnant. There was no affair overlapping. I think she just started dating somebody else and got pregnant very quick. Um, but they were trashing each other. Like they hated each other for a while to where they blocked each other on social media, but they were both
Oh
still on this
shit.
show. I mean, that's big when you block someone.
Oh
Like
shit.
everyone picks up on that. They're like, oh, Lindsay's unfollowing Carl. But Kyle gets in, he's doing this like man on the street interview in New York City. I don't know. Some guy's like, hey, tell me what's going on with Amanda and Wes. And it's like 20 minutes long of him, of not even a sketch. He's walking his dog. And it's like someone that approaches him with like their phone. And he just spills the beans of everything. He's like, oh, I'm going through such a tough time. And just doesn't even hold back. He's not anyone else you see. Like when celebrities get, someone walks up to them, they're usually like, oh, I don't want to talk right now. Thank you. No, Kyle's like, let me stop here with my dog and talk to you for 20 minutes about anything you want to know.
Because he's a reality lizard, just like the rest of them. And like, that's the only thing he knows now. It's like, oh, camera.
Well, there's this little soundbite from that interview that went viral because he's like, yeah, it's been a really tough time in my life dealing with my wife having an affair. Carl's a mess. Carl's one of the guys in the house. He's just like, everyone's like, why is Carl a mess? Like, what? And so Lindsay and Carl actually got a commercial. I forget what company it was for, but they got a commercial and she had to unblock him in order to do the commercial. And it's filmed. It's showing Carl like crying and they're playing off of it and doing just like a fun thing. And they're like, as you all know, Carl's a mess dealing with this summer house drama. And so Andy asked them at the reunion, Amanda and West, how did you feel about, Lindsay and Carl profiting off this? And Amanda goes, I thought it was disgusting. Like, I would never do that to you. And Sierra's like, you just fuck my ex-boyfriend. But okay. She's like, the bar is not like, she's like, well, I didn't think you should be making money off of this sad situation.
Well, that's obviously the wrong take.
Yeah, exactly.
What are they all there to do? God. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Exactly the point. Amanda, she just like, she had no PR person to help her with the statement. She obviously had no PR person to help her with this reunion because she just made things 10 times. I think she's now even more hated than the affair and everything. I mean, there's no one that likes her. And there was like an old commercial of like, I think it was Jimmy John's that like used her and they had it on their social media and all of a sudden people were blowing, and it was old before this happened where she did like a commercial for them. And people in the comments were like, I'm boycotting Jimmy John's now. Take this down. How dare you have Amanda on your social media? Like, I'm
Jimmy John's, are they the ones that have that sign that says like free smells?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but that's great.
I think that's them. And if I'm not crazy, but I remember seeing Jimmy John's like before they were up here in the more northern area. Like I think they're from the South maybe, but I remember seeing one in Kentucky and like it had a sign, like everyone was all crazy for Jimmy John's. And I remember seeing one of the shops and it had like a poster or a sign that said free smells. And that just made me uncomfortable.
But you remembered it, right?
Yeah.
So it did its job.
Well, it reminds me that I probably don't need to go to Jimmy John's, but that's, but yeah, I did remember it and did bring Jimmy it up on our ultra successful podcast. So Jimmy John's.
Look, I could be wrong, so don't let me get sued. But I also think Jimmy John's had its own controversy because I'm pretty sure Jimmy or John, I don't know, Jimmy John was
That's got to be one person. That's a Southern
yeah, I'm
thing.
thinking probably, but
Yeah.
a big like one of those hunters that hunts not for food, just for trophies, and was like killing these beautiful animals in like Africa and these other places. And I think one person even said like he killed this beautiful giraffe or something. And again, I might have this place wrong, but I think it was Jimmy John's because I remember I've never eaten there because I saw the story. I was
They
so mad
started
about it.
selling giraffe subs.
No, but they that would be terrible. But there were people that were like, at least if you're gonna, kill this animal, that meat could have fed an entire village. But in order to like do preserving for it, whatever he needed to do to have it as its trophy, it made it so that it wasn't something they could even
Right.
eat.
Sure.
So it wasn't even like, 'cause look, I eat chicken and I eat steak. So I can't really, I can't judge people that go and kill a turkey and eat it for dinner. But I
Right.
do have a problem with people that like kill just for like trophies. And
Right.
that I think so. I remember, I'm pretty sure it was Jimmy John's because we have them around here too. And once I saw that, I was like, not going there
Yeah.
anymore.
No one needs to go there anyway. So it's
Free smells.
just like Sonic.
Okay. But anyway, getting off topic. So
Yeah.
yeah. So Jimmy John's, they've got their own controversy. Then they put Amanda on their social media and people are like, they just can't win. Um, so the way that this reunion is looking is like everybody on that stage was going and they all talked about how this has impacted them. Um, but ultimately, I feel like except for Amanda, it's actually going to be beneficial to everyone on that stage because I think everyone will get opportunities and become more there's going to be people that want them on their podcast, that want to interview them, that want to talk to them, that want to know more because people are so deep into this scandal. And then people like Sierra are getting Dancing with the Stars. Kyle had like an alcohol brand that I think was going down, but I think sales are going back up now. It's called Loverboy because I think people are buying it and
Yeah.
supporting him.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's like a
That
White
was something we
Claw.
talked about I've never seen it. I remember us talking
Yeah,
about it before.
I've
And
never
that was like
seen
in
it.
trouble, right? Wasn't that like
Yeah,
doing
that was
badly?
part of
Yeah.
like why he was saying like his marriage was in trouble, his business was going under. His wife is sleeping with his friend.
uh,
Like, and then Kyle became a DJ. And so yeah, he's gonna
right.
be in
Yeah.
Dewey Beach on Saturday night.
Oh shit. I know what I'm doing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Dewey Beach just seems like it fits him. And I saw in the news recently actually that Dewey Beach was thinking of like changing its like filming laws because the Real Housewives of Potomac were down there filming in May and they were
Mhm.
filming at the Rusty Rudder and they were also at the Starboard. Maybe not Rusty Rudder, definitely Starboard. And I think Purple Parrot is where they were. And I, Kyle Cook, I can definitely see him. I think that's what I was thinking. I think he's gonna be at North Beach. I could see Kyle Cook at every single Dewey bar. He will fit right in.
Right, that sounds like it. I am surprised that uh that the Real Housewives were there.
That's what I was
Cuz
about to say. That
yeah, like I mean
no.
I don't have a high opinion of them, but I'm pretty sure all of those places you mentioned are well beneath them.
Yeah, no, that's why it's so fascinating to me. I'm like, I need to see, I want to see Karen Huger at the Starboard.
Out among the regular people.
Giselle at the Starboard. The
But
Starboard
not
that's
even regular
like
people, the gross
packed
drunk
8
Delaware
a.m.
people.
Yes. It's packed at like 8 a.m. The
Uh,
bathrooms are so gross. Like it's just like this is not like the place that you picture these like super wealthy elite
right.
women of the DMV area that are in Dewey Beach. And it's also like not their crowd age wise either. Like,
Yeah.
these are older women, mothers, like, so I cannot picture it, and I'm wondering if, because I did see that I guess they had no laws about, like, filming, and now they're thinking of implementing them because it caused so many problems, because I'm assuming they would have to, like, rent out part of how would you even have a camera crew and all of them in there at the starboard with how packed it gets? They can't sit and have a conversation or have a fight with each other like they normally do at meals.
Well, but I mean, like, changing laws about filming is weird, but that at that point, that's up to the starboard, right? Not the city. It's like,
Well,
well, we
yeah.
don't want you in here because you're taking up too much space. But obviously, I assume every place wants the Real Housewives in their shitty dump. So, like, what?
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
What?
You're getting
Yeah,
national recognition
right,
of your
right.
business. Of course, you would want that. But, of all the places they could go, like, I was like, Culture Pearl in Rehoboth, I could see them sitting there with little koi fish swimming underneath their feet as they're eating sushi and
Yeah,
maybe tossing it at each
yeah.
other,
I mean,
but
there's nice places down that way, but not, yeah, not in Dewey.
starboard. Don't get me wrong,
But
I like this. I have had a lot of fun at the Starboard in the past, but
yeah.
it's not a place I'd wanna go now at my age now with a toddler.
Uh,
I'm like, "No, that's not my scene anymore," and I can't imagine it's there. So, I'm excited for that season to air because I definitely, um,
oh, that
wanna wa it
hasn't
hasn't
come out
aired
yet.
yet. It's just
Mm.
I've seen articles coming up because they were spotted filming, and those were the places that they were, and, that season, what I like about watching that season is they've also gone to, like, Bethany on trips before, but, they are all DMV. They're Real Housewives of Potomac, but none of them. I think Karen Huger's the only one that lives in Potomac. None of them live in Potomac. They all live in, the DMV area. Like, Ashley's in Arlington, Virginia, and Stacy's in Great Falls, Virginia, and,
Is
they're
Karen Huger, is that the Grand Lizard of the Potomac?
the Grand Dame, darling.
Oh, Grand Dame. Right. Yes, yes. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, she's the
Yeah,
grande
I'm
dame who,
picking up on this stuff. Good. Yeah.
you are, yeah, and she's the only one that, Giselle, I think, lives in Bethesda, Maryland, so some of them, and then there's, like, Wendy, who I didn't realize
A
until her
Stepo?
Ostefo.
Oh,
Yeah.
Stefo.
Oh,
A
you're getting
Stefo.
it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did not realize until her court case came up that I was like, "What county is this?" It said, like, Carroll County, and I was like, because I live in the DMV and
That's
I'm
in
from
Maryland,
Delaware.
right?
So, yeah,
Carroll
it's like
County, Maryland.
Baltimore. That's not part
Yeah.
of that's a really far trek for her to have to, like, travel out to these,
It's like an
uh
hour away.
yeah, in this traffic, depending on when they
No,
go.
right. Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah.
like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, that's definitely not Potomac. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but I think that's why I like their season so much because they travel to Delaware, which was my hometown, and they film. They're
Your
from the
hometown,
DMV,
Delaware.
which is
Yeah.
my which is my hometown as an adult, and they travel to my childhood. So I recognize everywhere they are, no matter where they go.
How exciting.
That's probably why they're my favorites.
Uh, so were there other reunions?
Yes. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills did their reunion, and
And was that the first one?
the first reunion? No,
No, the
the show's
first
been
first Housewives,
Oh,
Beverly
no, the
Hills,
first one was Orange County.
Orange County. Okay, yeah, okay. Never mind.
But Beverly Hills has been on, I think it's coming up on, like, 12 years now. It's been on for a long time, but
And
it's
does it
just
have
changed a lot.
famous people that otherwise wouldn't, or like that you would know outside of this
Yeah.
nonsense? Who's
Yeah,
on
of
that one?
course. Well, Kathy Hilton, You know who the Hiltons are, right? I would think.
Oh, well, yeah, then
Like Paris
but
Hilton and yeah. Um,
but
Jennifer Tilly. You know who that is?
yes, I remember her.
Yeah, she's on it. And then they've had others. They've had Denise Richards, Lisa Rinna. These are people that
Lisa Rinna. I
recognizable.
I know who that is, and I don't remember why, but I remember there was adult diaper talk about her.
Yeah.
So that I will
She
not
did the
forget.
Depends commercial. Well,
Yeah.
she's married to Harry Hamlin, who is also a famous actor.
Don't know who that is.
Um,
Does he leak also?
I don't know, but they're not. I don't want to ever know that. Um, they're not on the show anymore. But I do have to say, like, the show has changed. It used to be more real. It's becoming more and more fake and kind of reminding me of like you're not on Facebook or any of these social media things, but you always have these friends. There's always these certain people that like to leave statuses that are just so cryptic and you don't know what they're talking about, but you kind of want to know. And they'll be like, they'll just leave something that says, well, he finally did it. I can't talk about it, but you will not believe it. And I'm really hurting. Has anyone been through anything like this? And you're like, through
Like
what?
what?
What the hell are you
Yeah.
talking about? And
Yeah.
and then they'll be like, if really crying hard today, if you know what I've been through today. And everyone's like, I don't know what you've been through. Like what? Beverly Hills Housewives, that's how they are. Like Kyle, everything she says, she's apparently everyone in the world knows she's been in a relationship with this woman, Morgan, for like over a year. And she just won't come out and say it. But everything's like cryptic. Like she goes to Erica at one point and she's like, Erica, if you were really in love with somebody, they didn't want you to tell everybody, what would you do? And Eric was like, I protect that person at all costs. And she's like, that's what I'm doing. And I'm like, okay, we all know you're talking about Morgan. Like, just, you're not really, because you're on national TV right now saying what we all know. And then she goes in her interview and she's like, I've been in a relationship and I've fallen in love, but I can't talk about it. And I can't say who it is. It's Morgan. We
Hmm.
know. Like, you might as well just say it now. You're not protecting her. We all know.
And this person is also on the show.
No,
This
she was
Morgan
on
person?
like 2 seasons ago, just as like she made like an appearance. She actually tattooed a K on Kyle and they were denying their romance. And then, Morgan's an open lesbian. Kyle was married to a man and has like 4 kids and wasn't an open lesbian. But she
Oh,
says these
Kyle
little,
is a woman.
yeah, Kyle's
Okay. All right.
oh, I can see why. Because we were just talking about
This
Summer
is
House with Kyle Cook.
yeah.
Kyle
Yeah.
Richards is a woman. She's a woman. Yeah. My
Okay.
bad. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Now that's why all of this, now it should all make sense. Like,
Sure.
but again, even at the reunion, she was very like cryptic and wasn't really coming clear about anything. And then Erica Jane, she was married to Tom Girardi, and we have talked about him before because there was that Julia Roberts movie that was based off of his law firm. And I told you that before and you said, no, you're wrong. So I had to look
Aaron
it up. And
Brockovich.
Aaron
And
Brockovich.
what I don't remember. Whatever you said about it was wrong. It wasn't that, and then you came back and like claimed it was right because it was Aaron Brockovich. I don't remember what you said. I remember you were wrong. But let's move past that.
Okay. Actually, I think you're right that I was wrong.
Yeah, of course. But just let's move past that.
Because the main guy in the movie is not based off Tom Girardi. He's based off somebody else. But the law firm that also got involved in this case was Girardi and Keys, which is Tom Girardi, but they got involved later. It's not what the movie was centered around. They're not like the ones that hired Aaron Brockovich. So it's not I was wrong about that. But Erica's the one that misled me because on Real Housewives, when she's talking about Tom, she's like, you may know him as the Aaron Brockovich lawyer. And then everybody was like, oh, that was, and when you look it up, it's like, yeah, Girardi and Keyes were involved in that case. That's not
Okay.
who the movie was about. But anyway, then he stole a bunch of millions and millions of dollars from all these from all these victims of plane crashes and all kinds of other things.
Nice.
And he went to jail and he's suffering from severe dementia and he's in prison where he will die in prison because I think he's like 82 when he went in. And I don't know what his sentencing is, but it's definitely past life expectancy. So
Yeah.
he's going to spend the rest of his days in jail. And people are saying that they don't really believe he has dementia. They think he's like making it up. I don't know because the dementia started right when the court case started. So
Right.
I don't know.
But
That's
also,
what
like,
people
I
are
didn't
saying.
think that like people even go to jail for fraud anymore. That's neither here nor there. Whatever.
Tom does. And now Erica owes all this money and all this stuff. Like because people are still angry that she's living this like lavish lifestyle and they're like his victims still have not been paid.
Mhm.
And she also is very cryptic. She's like, every single one of them goes through, I'm going through a really tough time right now. And they'll be like, oh, what are you going through? Emotional stress. And what's the emotional stress? Anxiety and pain from things I'm going through. And it's like, what?
It's those filthy goddamn poors with their dead families wanting the money. It's always that.
But every single person on the cast talks that way. And none of them just comes right out and says what it is. Which is a huge leap from season 1, where we had Kyle Richards, a girl, and Kim Richards, her sister.
Mhm.
And they get in this huge fight. And she goes, you're a liar, you're sick, and you're an alcoholic. Kyle says that to Kim. And she's like, there, I said it. Now it's on TV. The whole world knows you're an alcoholic. And Kim's like, and then Kim goes to rehab. So, so I'm like, okay, back then it was like, this was like real. Like, and you saw them breaking down into tears. And now it's just like, you don't really see that anymore. It's all this like cryptic speak and politeness. And I don't know, all except for like Dorit, Dorit is going through a terrible divorce. And she's picked up smoking cigarettes for some reason at the age of like, like she's past the age of peer pressure. She's past the age of,
Good
she's like
choice.
in her 40s and she's like, I'm a mother of 2 little ones, but I think I'll start smoking cigarettes.
Yes. Yes.
Stop.
Oh, man.
No, it will kill you.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're real good.
But you don't smoke anymore.
No, this isn't about me.
I'm making it about you.
I don't. No. But
yes. Thank you.
I am certainly ready to admit that cigarettes are wonderful. And I encourage everyone to try them at least once.
No. No, that is not the message. They're terrible.
Yeah. They're great, but you shouldn't do them. That's the truth.
Stay with you.
That's the truth.
It stays with you for life. So why, if you had never started smoking when you were young, would you today, at your age now, with what you know now, would you be like, I think I'll start smoking?
It's really hard to answer that. I mean, probably not, but who knows?
See, I was never a smoker, so it's easy for me to say no, but you were. Then it's hard for you to say no because
so I guess then maybe it would then yeah, in your shoes, if it's still easy to say no, then yeah, like I probably wouldn't. Then that's a good point because if you've never smoked, that I would probably be like you.
But my dad was a smoker and he quit smoking before I was born. So it was very early 80s. He quit smoking and he's to this day still says that there's times he'll pass on one smoking and miss it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, 43 years later, and it doesn't go away. So
Yeah, I mean, and that's without being too cryptic, as that's what we're talking about, these lizards being cryptic. Uh, it's all a lesson, and if you can smoke and quit and be honest about everything, it can teach you a great many things.
yeah. Well, Dorit's teaching everyone that this makes you glamorous because she's thinking
It is
this is
it is
Beverly
fucking
Hills,
cool.
and
It's
she
definitely
thinks
cool.
she definitely thinks she's too cool, and she's like, look at me. She's doing this image of I'm a badass, I'm a mama bear, I'm taking Beverly Hills. Oh, and then you have newbie Amanda. Amanda's the new girl, and she has a book called Rich as Fuck, and I'm not even kidding. The name of her book. And
Great.
it's all about, so lives in this, she actually bought Kyle Richards' house. Kyle sold her house for several $1,000,000 and Amanda bought it. And Amanda's engaged, and she makes it very clear that her husband did not contribute to this house at all. She outright bought it by herself. She pays for everything. She said she makes more in a month than he does in a whole year. And all from manifestation. That's what she says. This is how she makes her money. She says, she tells this whole story and gets a tear in her eye when she's telling it, that she was a little kid and she had a Barbie Malibu mansion. And oh no, she was watching Barbie Malibu on TV, and the Barbie lived in this Malibu mansion where she could see the dolphins swimming from outside her window. And she said, I'm going to manifest that for me. And she said, sure enough, I ended up buying a mansion in Malibu where I could see the dolphins swimming outside my window. And she says she manifests it. So she sells these courses to teach other people how.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And the name of the course is Rich as Fuck. That's the name of it. And you could purchase it, and she'll teach you how you don't need skill, time, money. You don't need anything. Your mind. And this is why she's going to solve the homeless problem in America, because all you have to do is visualize it, and you too can live in a mansion on the water in Malibu.
That's good news.
It's so crazy to me, because I'm like, if this is real, the whole world would there'd be no problems. We'd all be part of the Barbie movie.
All right. I mean, that's so sure. Being successful is sorry, there's some sort of police activity near me. I'm sure that's part of being successful is the manifesting, but that's a part of the puzzle, not the solution to the whole thing.
Well, I do think positivity helps. Yeah. I think you give out the energy, you give out, I do agree with that stuff, but I'm like, I'm not going to spend money.
But that doesn't mean that, I can see that happening. It's going to happen. There's some steps in between that I assume that course probably doesn't make quite clear.
Of course. And it's kind of an insult to the people in the world that, maybe are positive, but they've dealing with tragedy or things that are like, they didn't create that. Like she makes it seem like, oh, everybody should be living a life just like me in Beverly Hills, because all you have to do is dream it and you can achieve it and you don't need anything else. And life does not work that way. But right. People are buying up her course like crazy because she is rich as fuck. And
right. Yeah.
Yeah. And even on the show, she, Dorit, she's gone through I think her house is in foreclosure because her husband, out of spite, just stopped paying the mortgage. Left her. And she's and Dorit's smoking a pack a day over there, trying to figure out how to get above. And Amanda goes on this podcast. She's like, I'm thinking about buying Dorit's house just for fun. Can you
Cigarettes are
imagine?
probably $30 a pack in Beverly Hills.
Well, everyone's like, that would secure you for the second season. Her and Dory are enemies. So she's thinking about buying her house just for the fun of it. She's like, I have a couple million just to waste. I think I'll just buy this for a rainy day, a
No, it's
mansion.
probably not quite a waste buying a house out there. It's
Yeah.
expensive, but seems to
Yeah,
be staying
so
expensive. So
I don't know. I think this may be the end of the road for Beverly Hills. I think they're going to go on pause. Honestly, I don't know if we're going to see another season because they're not. Unless they do like a cast shakeup maybe, or they start bringing in more. It's getting boring. They've got all these other shows that have a lot more scandal and craziness happening, and they're boring. They didn't used to be, and there's nothing wrong with that because that's actually normal. Like, but nobody wants to watch that.
yeah. Yeah. Well, so those are the two reunions that were happening
Yes.
or have
Yeah.
happened recently. As a quick follow-up, what is happening with the reality lizard running for mayor?
Oh, so him. Okay, you're talking about Spencer Pratt. Yeah,
Yes.
Spencer Pratt and Karen Bass
Mhm.
are going to be going to the primaries in November, and so for the mayor race in LA, the way that there was like a few people running for
Mhm.
mayor,
Yeah.
and if you get more than 50% of the votes, you win, and you don't even have to worry about it. It's done. But they were so neck and neck, those two, that now they go head to head in November to decide who gets the seat. And so we're going to see a lot more campaigning. And Spencer's just up in his campaign game is pretty good, I have to say. And it's a lot of people, he's running as a Republican, but it's a ton of Democrats voting for him. Because he's more independent and it's more about what he's trying to do.
Which is, and I guess this is a good message, but like, don't let LA burn. Is that his only message?
And a lot with like the treatment there's a lot of a huge drug problem in the city that's just gotten so much worse. And how they handled that. You don't buy that?
No. I mean, what drugs? Yeah, drugs are like an issue everywhere. And
they are. It's all these big cities. Yeah.
What do you? Well, what I wonder what. I think that's just drugs are still the thing that make everyone go, "Oh my god, good, yeah, do something about it," right? And no one can or will. So
yeah, but one of his people who was running against him, and I forget her name, because it was not Karen Bass, but it was a congresswoman who was also running, and she said, I don't know about if there's what to do about the homeless problem, because I just don't think if there's a tent with someone doing drugs right outside of the school, it makes the children any less safe. And everybody's like, wait, what? Like, this is part of the problem. Like, you seem to think that that's okay, that they're like shooting up heroin right outside of the schoolyard. And again, you think this doesn't make kids any less safe.
Is a scary, and I don't know, but that's a very scary picture to be painting. Is that actually happening? Like, I'm sure.
Well, she's the one who painted it. She said it.
I know, but she's painting that picture of like, hey, we need to deal with this. Or no, she's saying that's okay.
She was saying it's okay. She's like, it's not a safety issue. If they're right outside the school, like that doesn't mean the children are still safe and fine, is what she's saying. And he's saying, no, we need to clear out these people. And he is saying we need to get them into, this is not. So I guess Karen Bass is saying we need to have affordable homes and we need to get these people into homes. Spencer's saying most of them are drug addicts. You're going to get them into homes and they're going to continue doing drugs. They need to get into treatment facilities that don't cost them anything. They need to be treated.
Why?
And before
so
they
what's
can
the
go
big deal?
into a home.
They're going to do drugs.
Because but I don't know the solution. This is why I'm not running. Right. But I do see, I see both sides. I do think you need affordable houses, especially for people that aren't doing drugs and just can't afford this housing.
Who aren't homeless even.
That aren't even homeless. Yes, we need that. But I also see you can't just shuffle a bunch of people that maybe are on drugs into like a home and expect them, oh, good, now I have my house. I'm going to now operate as like a normal citizen. No, they need help and treatment too.
Yeah. Yeah. But also like, I still think the like drug use is just kind of overblown with, it's like, if they can live in a house and not cause any problems, then do your drugs. Who cares? Like what's the big deal? And I guess like you got to go get a job. Yeah, you should probably get a job.
I actually do agree with you. I do agree with you on that though. Like if they're not bothering anyone, it's not me to say like, it's not my house. Don't come in my house and do drugs. But if you want to do drugs in your house, go ahead.
Like, but campaigning on, homeless people shooting heroin in a tent on school property is not a big deal.
No, she said in
front of the school or whatever.
Outside the gate of the playground.
That's an odd thing to campaign on, no matter how you look at it.
That seems to be what the biggest problem. I don't know. I don't live in LA. I'm nowhere near there. Right. But it seems to be one thing all parties agree, all of them say, is that the biggest problem is the fires and the drug problem in the downtown and the homelessness. Like those are the three things that need to be addressed. And you're right. It's every major city. Not fires in every major city, but the drug and the homelessness is every major city problem.
Yeah. And I mean, not even cities. I mean, it's just like everything is for some reason getting more expensive. And, I mean, I don't live in a city. I live in you could maybe call it a town at best, I guess.
Yeah.
But there's plenty of homeless people here. Like,
yeah,
it's like more and more every year. So, I mean, it's not even just cities. So
that's true.
Yeah. Well, all right.
So who knows what's coming next? Maybe Pratt for president.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably foregone conclusion at this point. What a country. Oh, well, legalize drugs and fuck you, bitch. Thank you so much for listening. Be sure to check out Explaining Reality on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Links are in the episode description.